hi, everybody. Welcome to Fire Talk, where we give you the latest news and updates on Southeastern University athletics. I'm Ken Ingle, president of SEU, and joining me, as always, is Drew Watson, director of athletics. Great to see you, Drew.
Good
It's
to see
been a
you.
while.
It has.
Since we've been together on Fire Talk.
Yeah, it was back in late March where we got together, and this is our last one of the academic year.
That's right.
So
closing it out for the year.
So we've passed graduation. How many graduates did we have this year?
Over 1,000. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number, but it was over 1,000, which was great.
What I've always wanted to ask you is, I see you up there, you do the handshake, and you smile. Is your face sore the next day?
Oh, it is.
After
honestly,
smiling with 1,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, you're using some muscles in there that I have to turn every once in a while and go like this.
It gets numb.
It gets numb. But it's and then all those hands you get to shake, and that's fun. But there's sweaty hands and all kinds of
firm handshakes.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
So many, and you're like, goodness, that was a good one.
No, but hey, I enjoy it. It's great.
Well, speaking of you not smiling, the NBA playoffs are going on, and I know your Clippers
were
eliminated by the Warriors.
No, not Warriors.
Who was it?
It was Denver.
Oh, it was Denver. I'm sorry.
Went to Game 7.
Yes.
Denver was honestly the better team, but as I don't know. It's the Clipper curse. Game 7s are always a curse for them.
Now, I would also say that James Harden does not perform.
Same thing. Wherever
well
he goes,
in Game 7s.
Game 7, he does not show up, and. They should have won that game. They could have won that game, but it is what it is. And next year, move on. But it's been an exciting round 2 already. It looks like all the road teams have won in round 2. And I don't know if you caught Indiana's win last night,
not.
But that was they were down. I think it was like 8 or 9 with just a minute 50 to go or something like that, and they won by 1.
Wow.
So Indiana came back and beat them. It was wild.
It's a great time of year. You've got NHL, NBA, you've got baseball going, you've got drafts going. It's one of those deals where the NBA, NHL playoffs end, and you're like, now we just have baseball. No, it kind of falls off there a little bit.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good NBA playoffs. That's
for sure. Who do you have winning it?
Well, I thought Cleveland was going to be way up there, but they're down 0-2. They lost their 2 home games, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see. From the West, I think OKC is the one to beat.
They're the best team out there,
From the East, as of right now, still have to go with the champions, the Celtics. But we'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, I guess let's move on to the show.
Yeah, well, we're going to start with outdoor track and field. They hosted their first ever conference meet, kind of on our home turf now.
Yes.
And the Sun Conference Championship on April 26th and 27th, with both teams taking home first place.
Yes.
Again, right?
Yes.
We win them all the time. The women and men both dominated the field, winning their 6th straight Sun titles. Truly an amazing accomplishment. So tell us a little bit about that weekend.
Well, James Williamson III and Dario Lang led the charge, each winning 2 individual events, while Mimi Mendez, she led the women's team with a first-place finish in the 100-meter hurdles, 2 runner-up showings in the sprints. There's just more details about this match than we even have time to go through. But I mean, you have T.J. Sanders led a we think about track as the sprint events, but we have the race walk now.
Okay,
If you've never seen a race walk, it's very, very interesting. But T.J. Sanders led a 1 through 5 fire sweep in the 5,000-meter race walk. They are walking for 5,000 meters, which is Coach asked me to put on some music that would keep them a little bit juiced, but it's not a very exciting event like the hurdles and the relays. But it's interesting here because the NCAA came out with that Pavia decision where if you played at a JUCO or an AI, you get an extra year at Division I.
Okay, potentially.
And so we've got track athletes that are going D1. James Williamson III is going to LSU to run track next year. Mimi is going to Purdue.
Okay.
Davian is looking at USF. So I mean, these are Division I level athletes that are running track for us, and it's just really exciting.
That's great. Yeah, it's truly amazing. We're proud of them. I mentioned that this meet was our first home meet in program history. It was held at Tenor Rock High, who we partnered with to refurbish their track. Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
Well, we started track 7 years ago, and the plan was to put it out around the soccer field.
Right.
But it just didn't work out with the timing, and there was some space issues.
Right.
We looked at the original plans, and I remember saying to the architect, I think if you put the javelin there, there's going to be javelins going through cars' front windshields. Like we can't do that. And so we put that track on hold, and so the team has been doing a great job winning national championships while traveling all around the county for practice. Yeah. It just puts a lot of strain. It's put a lot of strain on them. And about 3 years ago, I was on the phone with Dan Talbot, the AD at Polk County, and we just started talking about this idea of Tenor Rock's 10 to 12 minutes away from campus.
Right.
Why don't we just partner on refurbishing that? It could be our home track. They could use it for the high school. And 3 years later, here we are. We got our first one, and we did it for a fraction of the cost. I think a new track we looked at these days is over $4 million.
Yeah.
And we did it for a tenth of that cost.
Right.
So, really, really happy for our student athletes.
It's definitely a great opportunity for us. We love collaborative partnerships, and just another way to do that here in this community. And I think everybody wins. A great recruiting benefit as well, for sure. So
I mean the capacity over there is better than USF and UCF. Division I programs. But the biggest piece is, as I said, the athletes. Really happy for them. We actually got together, and after the championship, and I talked to both the teams. We ended up praying to bless the track.
Yeah.
And just a really cool moment for the programs.
So what's up next for them?
So they head to Marion, Indiana, middle of nowhere, Indiana, to Indiana Wesleyan for the national tournament early next week. Takes place next Wednesday through Friday, 21st to 23rd.
Okay, great. So we wish them well, and as they compete for the national titles, which I think they have a good chance.
Yeah, they do.
It'll be exciting. Let's move to baseball, where the team won the Sun Conference regular season title for the 6th consecutive year, edging out Weber International on the very last day of the season to take the title. So, dramatic series of events that day.
Yes, we entered the day basically a game and a half back of Weber. We needed to beat St. Thomas, which we did 8-4. Then Weber needed to get swept by Ave Maria, and they got beat in the first game 17-12. And then the second game, they got beat. I think it was 5-2. But the cool video from that, and I'd sent it to you that day.
I saw
the players watching the end of the Weber game on the bus and just going nuts when the final out was made, and gave us our 6th consecutive conference championship.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. And then of course they went on to the Sun Conference tournament. Came out pretty strong, winning 12-1. And 16-4 over Warner and Ave Maria. But then what happened next?
No, what happened next was the first inning of Game 3.
Okay.
Where we gave up 5 runs to Weber.
Okay.
And just kind of got ambushed, made an error in the inning, which didn't help. All 5 runs were unearned.
Yeah.
As a result of that error. But brought in another pitcher who shut him down the rest of the way. So without the first inning, we win the game 3-2. But they count all the innings in baseball. Yeah. So. Yep. So then that night we faced Kaiser and did not fare well, so we were eliminated.
Yeah, but we still have the Sun Conference title, and we actually have some good news, I think, for baseball.
Yes, last Thursday we were notified that we were awarded the opening round in baseball, which is the first time we've ever hosted it on campus.
Yeah, that's great.
In 21, we hosted it over at Chain of Lakes Park in Winter Haven. We were actually it doesn't exist anymore. We were the last event in that ballpark, where Roger Clemens got his pro debut. Wow. Historic. But yeah, we were not allowed to host here for years because of the fence in center field was not regulation. We needed to fix that. So we have fixed that and ready to host next week. A lot of work with it, but excited to get it going.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we've had such a successful program over the years, and So I guess it was basically the field, right?
The fence.
Is fence that caused the reason why we haven't had it before.
Yeah, so we were regulation all the way up to center field. Center field needs to be 370, and it was about 352.
Yeah.
And so we fixed that. But we find out today at 5 p.m. who's coming to Lakeland next week. It'll either be three or four other teams, depending on where we're seated, and really excited about it.
Oh, that's great. We're all proud of Coach Grinder and the guys who've done an incredible job continuing the winning tradition here and doing it with hard work and a healthy culture. So
definitely.
Exciting. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about tennis. The tennis teams competed in the Sun Conference tournament on the men's and women's side and both upset SCAD in the semifinals before falling to Kaiser in the championship. A good run for the team this season. It seems they ran into a motivated Kaiser squad in the tournament.
Yeah, there's nothing that motivates you as if you're Kaiser than losing for the first time since 2015 in conference, and then facing that same team again in the championship.
Yeah.
And and so we ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw, but it was a good tournament because we upset SCAD on both sides. They were seated higher than us, but yeah, we ran into Kaiser in the championship and just couldn't get it done that day.
Now, they ended the regular season with just one loss, but ended up in a three-way tie. So how does that happen?
So we entered the last regular season match was against SCAD.
Okay.
And this is just kind of a great example in sports where a win or a loss makes all the difference. So if we win that match, we win the conference championship outright. We're the number one seed, undefeated, but we lost that match. And so that put us into a three-way tie. So SCAD, Kaiser, and us had one loss and dropped us to the 3 seed because of tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So with that one loss, we went from 1 to 3, and we're still co-champs. Congratulations on the guys. We've never been even co-champs before, but we had to share the championship with SCAD and Kaiser.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, putting all of that behind us, we have the number 4, number 5 tennis teams in the nation right now. Yep. So what does that mean for the national tournament hopes?
Well, we make the tournament. We're both in as at-larges. We both get a bye in the first round. The top 8 seeds get a bye in the first round. So tournament's next week. The team starts playing next Wednesday, a week from today.
Okay.
And they get the winner of 2 other matches that are happening on Tuesday.
And that's in Alabama, right?
Yes, Mobile, Alabama.
All right. Good deal. Well, we wish them well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move to golf. Men's and women's teams competed in the Sun Conference Championships last week. Jekyll Island in Georgia. The men finished in a tie for second place while the women finished 4th.
Yeah, the men's team had the most dramatic turnaround of the tournament. Going into day one, we were sitting in 6th place, really underperforming. But then they shot a tournament best 276, 12 under par in the last round. It was the best round of the tournament to jump from 6 to 2 and tied St. Thomas for second place. So it was a really good day for the guys. We had Adam Buchanan took medalist honors. He had a 208 for the tournament. We had McCraney, Spencer McCraney had a great day. But it was, Zach Shaw finished strong, Marley Reed finished strong. So all the guys that day, I mean, if you're going to shoot 12 under, you've got to have a total team effort, which they did that day.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's on to the NAI Nationals for the women as they receive an at-large berth as well in the tournament.
Yeah, they got it. They'll go to Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Ypsilanti,
near Ann Arbor up
all
there.
Right, yeah.
Next week for the tournament. And then the men, we don't know that we're going to nationals at this point. We're pretty sure we will.
Okay.
But they don't announce that till Friday.
Okay. And that's in Illinois, possibly?
Silvis, Illinois, and where they play the John Deere for the PGA.
Okay.
It's at a TPC.
Okay.
TPC Deere, I believe it's called.
Great. Well, we certainly wish both teams the best as they enter the nationals.
Yep.
Well, we love to talk about all the good things happening in fire athletics. Those things can't happen without the support of our sponsors. The sponsor for today's show is Coca-Cola Beverages Florida. Coca-Cola Beverages Florida is proud to distribute the world's most delicious sparkling energy, water, juice, tea, and coffee beverages to over 18 million Floridians every day. They demonstrate solid business performance, strong community involvement. A family-owned independent bottler, Coca-Cola Beverages Florida, is proud to be the official soft drink of fire athletics and Southeastern University. Well, our final sports team to talk about, last but not least, we have softball, who had a tremendous season. They're currently 40-9. Found out today who and where I think they're going to be playing in a national tournament.
Yes.
Joining us today, two people who are no strangers to the show, been on before. Chapel Cunningham, Leah Gonzalez. Welcome, ladies. Great to have you.
Thank you for having us.
So you don't know where you're going yet.
Nope.
But I know where you're going.
That's
because
I thought we knew, and I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, I know because if you're going to take a flight, they let you know 24 hours in advance so you can start on the tickets. So you know where you're not going because 8 of the 10 sites would be a flight. Yeah. So we've eliminated 2 sites, which ones?
Georgia and Missouri, Kentucky.
Georgia and Kentucky.
Cumberland's and Gwinnett.
Yeah.
And you think we're going where?
Texas.
Texas. Okay. Well, I can't say. I'm sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
Soon.
We'll see.
I'll send you an email.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So I want to back up to last weekend, the Sun Conference Tournament. We were playing top seed at STU and a late comeback to send the game in. Had a late comeback to send the game in extra innings. Let's watch what happened. We have Cassidy Moore. We're down. What is it? 2-1. 2-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Cassidy laces this double into the right center field gap. Gets a double. All right. She's going crazy. And she reaches second base. Let's go. All right. So this is Wasserstrom, Nicole, on the very next pitch.
Yeah.
She does this. Lines it down the line, scores for the tie. The dugout is going nuts. All right, you see the umpire over here. He goes, hey, get back there. Get back there. Back in your dugout. And, who's that running away? Who's 7 running away? Haley Bradley.
She was on deck.
Freshman of the year.
We actually got a warning.
We got a warning. Coach told us, you better get in the dugout.
Get in the dugout. So you tied the game but lose it in extras, which was disappointing, I know, for you guys, for everybody. But everybody who's played sports understands that's a tough loss. But how do you take something like that and turn it into good for the next chapter, the national tournament?
Yeah, I think that just shows that no game's over until it's over.
Yeah.
So we knew that St. Thomas was a good team. It was going to be a really good matchup. And we were kind of down a little bit in the beginning of the game. And then we had a little team talk right before we came out to hit again. And we were like, there's no other time than now. So we might as well go. And I think that's something that we're going to take onto the national tournament. It doesn't matter if we're down by 7 or down by 1. We're not out till we're out.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's one thing to understand that yourselves. You've kind of been in some of those situations. But how do you as leaders on the team help younger players understand, let's move on to the next game. There's still more important games to play, and we need to stay focused. How do you tend to do that with the younger?
I think, me and Chapel are the only ones that made it to the World Series. So, we've been preaching this, amazing time we had to each player and kind of making them realize that, these bigger games are so much more worth than what – I'm not saying that conference is not important, but,
right.
each game is very important, and, we need to play like it's our last. Yeah. And then, I feel like being the first to, go to the World Series – we played each game like it was our last game, and we played for each other, and we linked arms. So kind of instilling that in each player, as long as we link arms and play for each other, we'll make it very far.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's interesting, that I've watched a lot of softball. We've had softball 11 years. All right. My personal opinion is that this team is the most mentally tough team that I've seen in a little bit. And you showed that. You didn't play well the day before against St. Thomas. Mm-hmm. And you come out and you're playing them again. It's like, you know what? That's yesterday. Yeah. This is today, and we're gonna show up. And you did. And I was really proud of the team for doing that. Let's talk Coach Watkins for a minute. This year she got her 200th win of her career. Another excellent year, 40-9, as Dr. Ingle said. She's done an excellent job since she got here in 2020. What, in you guys' opinion, makes her so good at what she does?
Yeah, I think that she just has an extremely high IQ for the game, and I think that sometimes she just outcoaches other coaches of teams we play. I think she instills confidence in us, and I know, personally for me, when I'm not super confident, but I know that Coach is confident in me, it makes me confident. Yeah. Yeah. And so I think she does a really good job of instilling confidence in us and also just, raising us higher when we play down to other teams or we're just not really upholding the standard that we have wanted and instilled in us the whole entire time. She really calls that out of us, and I think it makes all of us like step up a little bit.
Yeah,
she does a great job in like finding our personality and finding what's good and what's bad for us. So like the way she treats Chapel is different way she treats me. So like knowing that like she's always trying to find ways to better you is just like insane to me. Like that's just like she wants to know you even from a personal level. Like I think that's what makes her a great coach.
Well, and that's what makes a coach great.
Yeah,
like that's what I've talked to coaches about for years. You can't cookie cutter approach. You can't treat Chapel like you treat Leah. They're two different people.
Yeah.
I remember a story when I was coaching basketball. I had a player come in and say, "Coach, I need a minute." Okay, what's up? I think you play favorites. Okay, tell me why. Well, you always yell at me and you never yell at Sarah. Sarah was our best shooting guard, all that. And I said, well, okay, let me ask you two questions. Number one, what happens when I yell at you? Oh, Coach, I get motivated. I love playing. I get motivated. What would happen if I yelled at Sarah? Oh, Coach, she'd cry. She'd be a mess. Like, and she's like, oh, thanks, Coach. And she ran out.
Gotcha.
But that's the magic of coaching. Like really good coaches do that. Really good leaders do that. Dr. Ingle does that. He can't look at the executive leadership team and manage them all the same because they're different people that God created in so much of a unique way. Yeah. And so that's the challenge, but it's the reward of leadership.
Yeah. Right. That's good. So you start national tournament play next Monday. You've been there, so you know what it's all about. And now that you're heading back again, what are you looking forward to the most?
I think, honestly, just getting to travel now we know. Like you guys said, we're going to fly somewhere. We don't really know where, but I think that's just an exciting thought for a lot of us. And I think that just because Leah and I are really the only ones that have made it super far, I think we know how to like better encourage our team and to kind of play with like a freedom where like it doesn't really matter, like this is it if this is it, so we might as well just give it all we have and play free. And I think our team, specifically this one, plays so well when we play loose and we're having fun. And I think being in a different place where we've never been before, playing teams that we may not have played before, is going to be a really cool experience for us.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I think like going into a place where like kind of like Chapel said that you don't know a team, it's liberating to us. Just like it's just shadows. Like we don't know who we're facing. Like we're just playing a team. And like sometimes we get the pressure of like in conference, like repeating a team. It's like they know all of us. They know each player, our strengths and our weaknesses. So like going in not knowing a team, it's like our team is going to probably go very far. Yeah.
What would you say is the most challenging part of the opening round?
I think me personally, just like the double elimination. I know that is like for everybody, but just like having to take it one game at a time and like not looking ahead of these games. It's like, oh, if we win this game, we're gonna go here. If we win this, just taking it one game at a time. And like not really focusing on the title, just this game.
I think that's something that also is gonna help our team a lot. We like to look at bigger picture just because that's exciting, and we're like, oh, let's make it to the World Series. But there's a step that we gotta conquer a little bit before that. So I think like taking an inning at a time, a pitch at a time, an out at a time is something like can kind of hone in our team. And I think that's going to help us a lot too.
Is it you mentioned this as an exciting part, but is it a challenge to face teams you've never seen before, or you don't know what you're getting into, or what different batters do, or what different pitchers look like?
Yeah, I think it's an exciting challenge. It's like discovering something new, because sometimes when you play a team that you already have, you're like, oh, she does this, that. So like you overanalyze it. So like you go in not analyzing at all. So there's like pros and cons to it, but like for the team that we are now, like I think has more pros than cons.
That's what I'm saying. Other teams, like they don't know us, all they know is the stats. So like all they know is the paper. And
that
I think
works both ways.
Exactly. And I think also we have a capability of not playing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. So you've flown before, right?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
We went to Oregon.
What'd you think of Oregon?
It was pretty. I loved it. The field was phenomenal.
Insane.
Like the backdrop, like it looked like it was a canvas, like a painting behind it. It was so cool.
Yeah.
We got to explore a little bit too. It was fun.
And it kind of made it surreal for each player. Like, oh my gosh, we're flying to like compete.
Right.
Like this is just not like down the road.
Right.
So like I think flying for us this year is going to be like another surreal like moment.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So as we mentioned, if we win next week, we head to the NAIA World Series in Columbus, Georgia. Last time we went to the series, you were both freshmen, itty-bitty freshmen. Let's assume we make it there again. How do you think your perspective and approach to the World Series will be different this time than it was the last time?
I think I don't know, I can't speak for Leah, but I think going in as a freshman, we had a lot of older people on our team that were kind of leading us, and they really had never been there before either, but I think that their, like, mentality and their approach to the games kind of, not, like, lessened ours a little bit, but I think that oftentimes it's really easy to, like, make the stage a little bit too big.
Yeah.
And so I think knowing now, I thought it was, like, that was the biggest field I've played on, the most people that I've watched me play before, so, like, it was really exciting, and there was a ton of adrenaline, and I think that you can take all the adrenaline and all the excitement, but at the same time, like, don't make it bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Like, pressure is such a privilege. We say that all the time, but understanding, like, how to play under the pressure is super big, and I think our team has done a really good job with that this whole year, so I don't think that's going to be anything new to us. It's just going to be a different stage that I think all of us are going to, like, rise to that occasion.
Yeah. Kind of going off what Chapel said, like, the seniors did a very good job in, like, kind of, like, looking left and right and be like, we're playing for each other.
Yeah.
Like,
we
didn't, like, look at they didn't look at the stands, they didn't look at the opponents, they didn't look at the stats, they just said, we're playing for each other right here. Like, this may be our last game, like, I need you here to play for me.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of realizing, like, I'm going to play for you because this may be your last game.
Yeah. And that was our approach as freshmen, too.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, this is so new to us. We have 3 more years of this. But they were like, I'm playing. Like, this could be my last softball game ever. And
Take it seriously.
Yeah,
and now, like, that's us. Like, we're in their shoes. So it's like just rallying everybody to play for each other.
Well, Dr. Ingle's got a really good last question for you. But before we get to that, I just want to ask you, how's it feel to have someone sitting in the stands that has a shirt with your face on it?
I told her.
Like
her mom
has a shirt that has Chapel's face all over the shirt.
All over
that's
it.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
I just pray I don't play bad because I'm like, she's going to be embarrassed. Like, all these people know that she's here for me. Like, if I mess up, it's so embarrassing. They got it for volleyball senior night. All of the seniors' parents on our volleyball team got it, and they wore it for senior night. And she was like, oh, I can wear it to the softball field.
Might as well get use out of it.
That's right.
Yeah. And now she's influenced to other parents. They all want one,
And
too.
they all,
Nice. Amazon provides a whole lot of different things.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. Well, you both are graduates now, so congratulations on that achievement. What has SEU meant to you both off the field, your experience here?
I think definitely, like, I think coming in, I was only ever focused on softball. I was like, softball. And then my junior year, I, like, looked around and I was like, oh, my God, there's so many amazing people here. Like, even outside the softball field, like, my professors, # Curtis, shout out to him. He's amazing. And, like, just the people around, like, once you, like, open up your scope and just, like, realize there's so many amazing people around. And, like, it taught me how to have, like, more people skills, like, approach people, like, face a challenge. So I think definitely, like, SU has, like, given me a little warm up to the world in the sense of, like, meeting new people, going out there, putting myself out there, talking to new people. So
That's great.
That's true. Yeah, relationships are everything. And I think for just like Leah, for a long time, like, I thought that my only friends were my softball teammates or, like, the only people I look up to are, like, my coaches, stuff like that. And so I think that the experiences and opportunities that I've been given these past 4 years at SEU have just, like, shaped me into somebody that isn't afraid of going and talking to someone I don't know or, like, I don't know, just inviting challenge and stuff like that. I think I used to be really scared of change, but I think now with everything that's been thrown at us these past 4 years, like, it's not super scary anymore. And I think we're well equipped to, like, go out. And now that softball's over, like, that's been our life for a really long time. And knowing now, like, that's not who we are, but it's just something that we did for a long time. I think that's exciting.
That's great.
Perspective.
Well, grateful for both of you in choosing SEU. You've been exceptional with baseball softball, and it's been amazing. And we wish you best as you go and compete for the Red Banner and see what happens next week. But appreciate you stopping back on the show. You're veterans now, so but it's been great.
Well, that's a wrap for today. We want to make sure we remind everyone to follow all of our spring teams as they start national tournament play next week. And make sure you visit SEUfire.com to see results and read all about what's going on with the teams. You can find links to watch all of our games, including all the NAIA national tournament action.
Can't believe it's a wrap for the season, but we'll be back in the fall.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good summer. Go Fire.